All right, Eli, I got a question for you, man. What do you say to someone who says jiu-jitsu isn't the answer to everything?
If somebody says jiu-jitsu is not the answer to everything, then I would ask what the question is. You know, I'm a little prejudiced. I think that jiu-jitsu has a lot of answers. I think a lot of the time when somebody says jiu-jitsu is not the answer all the time, then they don't understand how wide-reaching jiu-jitsu is. Jiu-jitsu is not just about sport. It's not just about wearing the kimono and practicing on the mats. It's not just about the old school self-defense. It's everything. There's weapons involved. There's strikes involved. It's a complete thing. It's not just even grappling. So I think that jiu-jitsu has a lot of the answers, but it's not the most superior martial art in a given context. You might need to train for the knife and the gun and the stick from other martial arts too, to make yourself a more complete martial artist, give yourself a more complete answer for self-defense.
Can jiu-jitsu enhance or enrich other arts?
That's how Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu was spread in the United States. It wasn't pitched as our martial art is the best thing in the world. It was pitched as it's a great martial art that can supplement your martial art that already exists. So absolutely, Jiu-Jitsu is only going to enhance that area that a lot of martial arts are lacking.
In a previous video, you mentioned that Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu isn't a modified Jiu-Jitsu, it's a modifiable Jiu-Jitsu. What does that mean?
Yeah. Modified is when you take something and you change it to something else. I think that the most brilliant thing about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu that especially the Gracie family did was they took more old school judo and jiu-jitsu and they saw, well, what if you don't have the physicality? What if you don't have the strength or speed or athleticism to perform the moves the way you were taught them? So they wanted to make something in a formulate it in a way that everybody could do. If you have certain limitations because of your physicality, you can still do the technique. If you have a good group of people around, it can help you train like that.
So like a big overweight guy can do jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, a big overweight guy, a child, a frail 90-year-old woman, everybody can do it. You know, certain people are going to be able to pull off different things, of course. But for self-defense, you have to have something, and I think jiu-jitsu offers a lot of that.
Do you think jiu-jitsu has swayed too far into the sportive section of the craft, of the art?
It's in danger. I think that the biggest danger, there's nothing potentially wrong with the sport, except whenever you start to have a kind of a false argument about which is better, self-defense or sport, because they don't have to be which is better. One can enhance the other. You know, one can offer really good training for the other. So, but I think that to practice the complete art, to respect the art, you got to practice the whole thing. You got to practice every facet of it. And there is some danger of like the tournament like eclipsing the self-defense and it becoming like a, you know, judo. You know, people don't notice the self-defense aspect of judo as much as the sportive aspect. So there's a little danger there.
Well, I don't. I mean, is there a self-defense element to judo now? Is it still relevant?
Most of the time when anybody goes into a judo school, then they're going to practice Olympic-style competition judo. Back in the old days of the Kodokan, Jigoro Kano, I think his vision was, you know, to create a sport, to create something that was more accepted by the mainstream. But he also had jiu-jitsu roots and jiu-jitsu intention in mind, to preserve the art and to preserve the sport. It had a bad reputation at the time. He made it reputable again to practice. But, you know, judo became this whole kind of separate sport.
Final question, who's got the best BJJ game in the UFC right now?
In the UFC right now, Damian Maia. That's not even hard. Jacare is on up there too. I mean, he's amazing. Both those guys are so far ahead of everybody else, and as far as jiu-jitsu goes, but Damian Maia.
Easy.
Yeah.
All right, thanks for chatting with us, man. Any parting words?
Man, respect the art, practice, train, watch Funker Martial Arts channel.
Right on, man. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time, brother.